Howdy, y'all, and welcome back to I Am Abled Because I Am is Able. If you had told me a few years ago, or even probably a year ago, that I would be spending a good portion of my day sometimes watching 40 to 60 minute videos of gardeners offering to do people's lawns for free, or power washers offering to go and power wash people's sidewalks and stairways or driveways for free, I probably, one, would have been very confused, and two, would have thought that wouldn't be me. But I have been enjoying it, and yes, it is a real niche in the YouTube video channel markets. Several different countries have gardeners that actually go to people's houses and offer to garden or power wash or whatever it may be to make the houses look prettier. And they put these videos on YouTube and find people like myself to watch these videos that are anywhere from 7 minutes all the way up to like 3 hours. By the way, no, I think that's far too long for myself. But I love the 30 to 60 minute videos because they show the process kind of sped up of like really overgrown or really dirty, like black concrete, to like beautiful functional yards again, or pristine, shiny looking concrete. And it's amazing. It's amazing to see this transformation and see how it takes place. And honestly, I never thought I would be that fascinated by it, but I found myself becoming more and more fascinated by these videos until I reached a point where I became very dissatisfied with these videos. And there's a very interesting reason to that, to me, that I wanted to share with you. You see, it wasn't that I was bored with them, although after a while some of them do start looking like one another, but that wasn't my problem. My issue was that these gardeners were going to people's houses and offering to do them for free. And freely offered, telling them what, the video was going to be about and how this channel worked. The owner would then agree to have this gardener take care of the yard. And it really bothered me sometimes that in the midst of this conversation with the homeowner, I never heard them ask, like, are you okay with us getting rid of everything? Or is there anything that you want us to be careful about? Now, one owner in all of these videos I have seen did ask specifically, please don't touch those trees or bushes or whatever it was. And the gardener was very respectful of that. But it bothered me that some of these properties were super overgrown, and yet what really bugged me was there'd be a beautiful tree or bush, in my opinion, and I would be watching this and freaking out that it didn't show the owner being asked if it was okay if they chopped down, plowed over, or somehow otherwise removed this tree or this bush or this, flowered plant. And now, number one, I don't know. A conversation could have been had off camera that I'm totally not privy to because I'm just a viewer on YouTube. But I was thinking about what was really bothering me about this when it really struck me that that's kind of how I treat my relationship with God sometimes. Now, if you've been watching my video for a couple of years, you may have already seen some videos that I've done where in my own gardening, I've really understood some of the passages about gardening in the Bible a lot more personally, and they become a lot more alive to me over the years, and so I've shared them on YouTube. And this one really hit home, and I really wasn't trying this time. I wasn't even gardening. I was watching other people do the work. And it hit me that all too often there's things in our lives, things in my life especially, where we ask the professional to freely come. God, professional, freely come into our lives. And we say, yeah, do anything you want. Have your way with me, Lord. And then starts doing the gardening, starts asking us to, take care of some underlying things in our lives, and we're like, yeah, that's pretty good, I can respect that. Yeah, I'll change those things about myself, or I'll, whatever it is that God is convicting us about, and we'll work on those parts of our lives. But then when he starts asking us to really do something about, let's say, a tree over here, maybe it's a really big conviction to you, but it's something that you hold super, super dear into your heart. Or maybe it's something about you personally that is about part of your personality, and you can't imagine that you could ever change it. And it's like, don't touch that tree. You can do anything else, but don't touch that tree. For me, let me tell you personally what I'm talking about. When I fell and I hurt my neck, and I've had a lot of disability situations throughout my life, but hurting my neck was a big shift in my life. And I went from being a very extrovert, artistic kind of person to barely being able to leave the house because my chronic pain has been so bad. Not being able to do hardly any videos because, again, my pain levels are so bad. I can't do art or play music more than like once a month because of pain levels. And it just, I could sit and go, God, I'm doing all these other things right. I've done, I've let you plow all these other parts of my life. Why did you have to touch this tree? And I could complain all day why he had to allow that tree to be touched. But I've also seen some really beautiful things come out of that too. And I can't deny that because I've seen it. And I've seen how it's been able to help others who have gone through similar times in their life, how we've been able to go through those things together and draw closer to God and closer to each other through those times. Like right now, what happened to my mom last year, which I don't really want to get into too much in this video, but she was in the hospital, and it was an extremely serious part of her life and our life. And I could wonder why God let that bush be touched, why he allowed that time in our lives. But I also see right now we have a dear loved one who's going through a very, very similar time in their life, and we're able to be there for them in that time. And I praise the Lord all the time that my mom is now back home and she is doing very well. Thank you for everyone who keeps praying and keeps reaching out and asking how things are going. This is not an update video, but I just figured that was important information in regards to this. This week I've had enough strength to do 3 videos, which hopefully I will get all of them out in a decent amount of time. But let's be honest, my pain levels don't even allow me to sometimes upload like I would like. And I could sit and feel so frustrated about that, or I could appreciate the fact that I'm not the professional gardener here. I don't know what my garden's supposed to look like, what my life is supposed to look like. But God has a beautiful plan for it. And sometimes in the midst of these videos, it looks horrific when they're getting rid of these trees or these bushes. And it's like, how could you plow that down? Everything else I agree with, but that, how could you get rid of that? And then you see the end result and it's like, oh, now it makes sense. He offers freely to come into our lives. He knows the plans he has for us. It's right there in the word. Behold, I know the plans I have for you. And I mean, that we sometimes have, I would say the audacity, but honestly, I think oftentimes it comes from a good place to start with. And then sometimes it spirals. To think we know better than the professional, than the one who made us, than the one who knows our futures and our tomorrows. Yeah, I don't know. It really was fascinating to me that watching these videos about these guys who were just offering to garden or power wash someone's house for free hit me that hard. But guess that's because I've been going through a lot of things that it feels like, please don't touch this area. Why are you touching this area, God? And I think I needed to hear that He knows what my future holds. He knows what is supposed to happen with my life and with my garden to glorify Him in the end. And I don't. I know what I would like it to look like. I know my own picture for my own life or garden, however you want to look at this picture right now. But He knows the perfect version, and He knows the one that's going to glorify Himself the most. And He does have my best interest in heart. And that is extremely comforting. And I hope that that message has touched you today. If you needed to hear it, if this was for you, then I'm just really grateful if it touches a single person. So I hope this wasn't too much of a rant or ramble. Thank you for watching so far. And go out there and enjoy your gardens. God bless y'all. Thanks. Ciao for now. Bye.